Don't get mad at me, y'all. I have to put this out. Listen, like this word has been in my spirit all day. And I'm like, let me just wait to post it tomorrow. And for some reason, like it won't leave my spirit. I know God wants me to talk to you guys today. And sometimes he wants me to put it out because tomorrow I may be flooded with messages again. You know what I mean? And then I have too much messages. So I always like to get them out as fast as I can. And then most of the times I hold on to if I want to get confirmation, unless it's nudging my spirit all day. But listen, someone has to hear this. You're going to hear words of wisdom from me that I'm passing down to you from my God mom. On top of words of wisdom, you're also going to hear from my words of wisdom from experience as well. On top of that, God wants me to put this out for someone because this is what's also hindering your reconnection with this person, okay? This person can feel your spirit. They can feel your heart. They know that you have a sense of resentment towards them. They know you haven't forgiven them as yet because they can still feel your hurt. This is your kingdom husband or your kingdom wife, okay? Let me tell you something. You were never second choice. You were never second option. Whoever this message is for, the reason why I'm saying this is because you've been holding on to this resentment for so long because you thought to yourself, I'm second choice. Why do I want to be with someone who put me as second choice, who placed me as second choice, etc.? And I know most of the times we say, listen, if someone didn't pick you in the beginning, move on with your life. And let me tell you, I'm with that too. I'm with that too. Like, hey, if you didn't pick me from the beginning, don't come back. You get what I'm saying? But let me tell you something. Not everyone's situation is the same. And here's the thing. This is, it took a long time for me to understand this too. And I went back and forth with my godmom about this because I'm always like, you're taking his side. You're not taking my side. Like, you know, And when she really explained it to me, I understood because I was experiencing something spiritually when she was explaining this to me. Okay. Let me tell you something. In your specific situation, your kingdom wife or your kingdom husband, you guys go through spiritual warfare. You guys have witchcraft that's being done to you on both ends. Your mom's side of the family and your dad's side of the family, their mom's side, their dad's side, or it could be exes. Both of you guys are breaking generational curses. So you have generational spirits that are fighting both of you guys from being together. Both of you guys, that generational spirit is trying to get you guys to go back into toxic relationships. So that generational spirit is not going to want you and this person to be together. That generational spirit is going to manipulate the mindset of you and that person so you guys don't end up together because that generational spirit knows that your love is deep and it's something through God, right? On top of that, you guys may have had witchcraft done on both ends. And we all know when we go through spiritual warfare and when there's witchcraft done to us, we can be manipulated. We can. There's been times where spells were done to me to where when people come around me, they get bad vibes off me. Why? Because they're feeling what's being done to me, but then they think it's me. We're not realizing that there's voodoo being done to me. You get what I'm saying? So they would say, oh, I feel bad vibes off her, or I feel bad. You get what I'm saying? And it's the same concept with you guys. If you're around your partner may feel bad vibes off you, not realizing it's the magic that's being done to you. On top of that, you may have someone doing separation spells on you and separation spells on your partner. And we all know witchcraft is very manipulating. Okay, when people send you spirits, you may be like, God, should I go here? God, is it A or B? God is telling you A, you know in your heart it's A, but a spirit will come in and tell you B. And then because you think it's real, you're making another decision because you thought you heard God, you thought God said B, or you had a dream that the devil twisted, and you're thinking B, or the devil masquerades as someone else, and you're thinking this person is your person because you had a dream about this person because you're prophetic, and because you're prophetic, you don't understand that also a part of being prophetic is discernment, and maybe you think that your discernment's on point all the time, so you don't think that you can be tricked in your dream, and then you see yourself having a dream with someone else, and then you're running off trying to marry someone else because of the dream you had. When in all actual reality, in your heart, you wanted A, but you thought God told you B. So you went with your decision to choose B. See, you have to see it from this perspective whoever's going through this. You were never second choice. You were always first choice. The problem is there was a lot of manipulation with witchcraft. Not everyone is strong enough to fight this. Not everyone has the knowledge and the wisdom to understand this. Okay, a lot of the times we don't get our knowledge and wisdom about this stuff until we are put in the position to fight it. So sometimes when there's a spell being done to your partner or a separation spell being done to your partner, that's going to manipulate the dreams. The Jezebels are going to come into the dreams. Jezebels could be male or female. They come into the dreams, they twist things, and then your partner is thinking that's the person for me, not realizing they're being tricked. And then they end up moving on to that person because they think God is showing them that person. And then they realize that was not the person the whole time when God comes through and gives them a revelation. Do you get what I'm saying? And that happens a lot in situations like this. So it was not that you were always number two. There's manipulation that can manipulate someone's decision in putting you as number two. It's not that you were never number two, actually. You get what I'm saying? But you would think that you were number two, basically. Okay, let me tell you and give you another example. How many times, oh, Leo just came in the bathroom. Leo, bye. Always interrupting me. How many times have you prayed to God about something and you're so confused? You're like, in my heart, I want to do this. In my heart, moving's a good example because a lot of people are always like questioning whether they should move or not, right? Like that's one thing that we're always back and forth with. Moving, for example. God, I want to move so bad. I feel in my spirit that you want me to move. I feel in my spirit that you want me to relocate, right? And then because you're having dreams that you're still in the same place and you're not realizing it's actually warfare, you start to make that decision to stay. But does that mean that moving was never your first choice? No. It just means that you were manipulated into picking something else because you were tricked, because of warfare, because of, manipulating spirits, because of witchcraft, because of the generational curses that you're fighting and the other party's fighting. It's the same concept with that. Okay. So whoever this is for, you were never number two. You were never second choice. You were always first choice. The people that manipulated your partner knew you were first choice. That's why there was love spells, separation spells, on top of that generational curses. There was a lot of spiritual principalities that was coming up against you guys, that was coming up against him and coming up against you, or coming up against you and him. Okay, that was trying to block you guys from coming together. Your partner knows now because God gave your partner the revelation. The problem is you're just so focused on, I don't want to be number two. You're preventing yourself from healing because you're so focused on, I'm not number two, I'm not no one's second choice. You're preventing yourself from healing, not realizing that your situation is not like everybody else's situation. You're actually fighting a spiritual warfare and you know this. You're actually fighting witchcraft. You're actually fighting generational curses, and so is this person. Therefore, your situation is not going to be like everybody else's who says, I'm never no one's second choice. If I can't be first choice, don't even come to me. You can't relate to a situation like that when you have spiritual principalities fighting against both of y'all from coming together. You get what I'm saying? So I'm saying this with love, whoever this is for. That mindset that I don't want to be number two is what's blocking you from healing, from forgiving wholeheartedly. And the person that you're with can feel the unforgiveness, and they can feel that you're still angry with them. They can feel that you feel rejected. They can feel you feel sad. And that was not their intention. They always saw you as number one. They were manipulated. I'm not making excuses for them. Trust me, it may sound like I am. I got into the same back and forth with my godmom about, my godmom's a prophetess. I got into the same back and forth with her. I'm like, you're taking a side. And God had to really show it to me. And how did God show it to me? I was being manipulated a lot of times spiritually from the dreams and all of that stuff, not being sure, going against my discernment. Okay, going against my discernment because I thought God wanted something else from me when he really didn't. I was right the whole time. He had to come through and say, Steph, you were right the whole time. I'm like, really? But the devil was sending me, God was telling me A, and I knew it was A in my spirit, but the devil was coming in the dreams and twisting things and telling me B. And that's when I saw that from a different perspective. So when I talked to my godmom, I'm like, wow, I see from a whole new perspective. You were always number one. You were never number two.